And just like that, the next episode has begun, or the final episode of the recording session. Welcome back to Eternal Sonata. I'm here with MegaShadowFist. It's like a video game, it's like a commentary. When we last left off, we completed a dungeon. Now we have Viola, Redu, and Falsetto. It looks like Claves and Jazz left the party. Which is alright. They weren't in my main party anyway. I was expecting them to leave at some point or another. So without further ado, let's go and talk to this guy. What do you have to say? Lonely pitch. In the end, people who crowd themselves together are all weak of heart. I never want to become such a person. He's probably going to be a Scorpius person, isn't he? Yes, so long as I have the music of loneliness, I need nothing more. Alright, performance session. Alright, so first of all, let's perform this one. Let's, we already know what it sounds like, so let's go ahead and, listen. Oops, I mean, perform. That was interesting. It was almost like this was made to be like the odd pair, maybe. Nope, we still got an F. Okay. Alright, have to say. It appears your heart is rotten. I can hear it in your sound. Alright, buddy. Again, it's not easy dealing with your rotten music, you know. Okay, first of all, buddy. Well, I don't know why I said it like that. First of all, buddy, what about this one? This probably isn't going to be very good either. Yeah, that's definitely enough. Oh well. Boo! Come on, man. Alright, whatever. Who cares? We have 2 Scorpions, so we've only really been able to use one of them so far and get an A. Every other time has been an F, and it's really kind of annoying. Alright, so what's down here? Is this going to lead to... Ooh. Man, the wind is cold. Maybe I'll go back to town and get some hot soup first. Hey! Don't force... No! No! No, 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 no! I want to see what's... No, no, no! No, no, okay. I know I can't fight it. I'm just being stupid. Okay, let's go ahead and go down. Wait, what's over here? We can't go up those stairs, apparently. Nature stairs! Even though those probably aren't natural stairs, they're probably made by people. Because, you know, that's how things work. Stair formations like that don't exist in real nature. What's this say? That's not a sign, that's just a mushroom. I thought that was a sign for a second, but I guess not. Okay, so all you can really do is just go inside of here. Let's go ahead and save. I wonder when we're gonna regroup with the main party, huh? I'm just of the firm belief now that, like, we're not gonna see them until everyone regroups, I think. Because, like, it just doesn't make sense for us to go this far without them. Interesting music. What do you have to say? You're not one of us. How'd you get in here? Oh, I see. Jazz brought you. Hey! What do you have anything else to say? Don't tell anyone about this place. Alright, whatever. I won't. It's not like I had plans to. That guy in the back kind of looks like Nappa a little bit. I think he kind of does a little bit. Alright, we are in Andante. And without further ado, let's begin! Oh, it's a cutscene. Oh, that's not really a cutscene. It's inside a cave, huh? Wow. It's nothing special on the inside, really. Anyway, let's go on in. Alright. I was kind of expecting this to be like the underground areas in Shingeki no Kyojin, which if you ever seen the OVA that's all about Levi's, like, whoa, that smells good. I think it's corned beef. I'll bet it's rations for these soldiers. What was I gonna say? Levi's origins before he joined the Survey Corps. It's a pretty good one, you know. Shows about his life in the underground and how even living underground when you're away from the Titans is still pretty shitty. Because for one reason or another, because, like, what was it? Like, you have to deal with lack of sunlight, which, you know, you need sunlight for certain things. If you don't get any sunlight, that can lead to some major health problems. Anyway, I smell honey. I love eating bread with honey. Okay, that's cool. What do you have to say? Hello? Chacon. Chacon. I think the desire to free people from oppression is very noble, but I don't want Etude to throw his life away. Or Etude. Well, actually, it depends. I've heard some people say Etude. I've also heard some people say Etude. What's the use of freedom if it costs you your life? A world of freedom is meaningless to me without him. And you? Rather than live a comfortable life submitted to those in power, I want to fight for the weak who are made to suffer at their hands. I have great respect for Jazz and this organization he's built. Okay, well that's cool. Can we rest? I guess not. We're on a grand adventure, ladies and gentlemen. I bet you weren't expecting this. What does this guard have to say? Andantino isn't a violent organization bent on indiscriminate terrorism. Fortunately, it just doesn't realize how angry other people are about what's going on there. To make them take notice, we target only their important facilities and make sure that no civilians are hurt by our actions. Anything else? We will continue our campaign until Forte changes its ways. Alrighty then. That leads into another area. Is this going to be a cutscene? No, it was loading like it was going to be a cutscene. Oh, if it isn't an old man. It's a doctor. Welcome to our infirmary. It may not be big, but we're equipped to handle just about any inquiry. In an organization like this, it's not unusual to see patients with serious injuries. My job is to sew them back up before their young lives bleed out of them. Lately, I'm seeing a lot of youngsters glorifying the idea of becoming martyrs for their cause. You can't build a future if you're not alive to do it. Death is not glamorous. What? Are you hurt? Rest here for a minute, then. Oh, I wasn't expecting that, actually. Okay. I hope he wasn't, like, splicing us up while we were sleeping. Don't push yourself too hard! Like, what if he was splicing us up while we were sleeping? I don't know. What if he's like, what? Hold on. There's a lot of medicine here. Of course, there's no mineral powder, though. I'd be like, hold on, what's this? It's a medical textbook. Let's see what it says. Treatment of external injuries. Medicine. Mineral powder produces fast results but causes heavy side effects. Fluoride powder takes some time to work but has no side effects. That's a law of cost and demand. Or supply and demand, actually. It's not cost and demand, but, what was I gonna say? It was like, or like that guy from Bioshock. It's like, you ugly, ugly, ugly. Anyway, I hate to say, Jazz is an amazing man. He has the conviction to risk his own life to protect the weak. He's calm and composed and has a wherewithal to charge forward without losing sight of his objective, and he never abandons a comrade. It's because we have man like that as our leader that I'm willing to pledge myself to Andantino. Brother, let us lay down our lives for the sake of true freedom. I know that I'm giving all the guards like the same generic voice, but that's probably where we're supposed to go, so we'll go there in a second, but I don't care. Men aren't the only ones who come here to support Jazz. There are also lots of women who oppose the government, but most of us don't take part in combat. We stay here to guard our children in homes. Though we may not get out and fight, our thoughts are with the men. And Falsetto and Clavis, they're special cases. Falsetto's been a member since the organization was formed. She's Jazz's right-hand man. The women go to her whenever there's a problem because she's kind and dependable. Clavis joined only recently, but she's a great swordsman, so she moved up the ranks quickly. So, in other words, Clavis is the informant. Is that what you're saying? I'm pretty sure that seals the deal, in my opinion. Anyway, wow, this place is so big. I wasn't. Ooh, okay, first and foremost. Wow! Like, this place really is big. We'll go from left to right. Is this gonna be a side mission? It won't help to cry about it! Or that's actually, he does not look like the type of person who would. He kind of looks a bit young to have children that age, but whatever. Yeah, but... it's Falsetto. What's wrong? Oh, hello, Falsetto. We'll take a look at this. Actually, I'll go from the Raven voice. I haven't used that in quite some time. Wow, this is unusual. It's a simile flower, isn't it? I didn't think any still existed. But it's wilting. But it looks like it's wilting. Yes, we don't have any water for it. Water? There's tons of water right outside. No, simile flowers need water from Simile Spring. If you get them any ordinary water, they die in no time. Then you just need to go get water from the spring, right? Don't be ridiculous. To get to the spring, you have to go through the cemetery. I don't want to go through that creepy place. Oh, don't be a baby. You're her father, aren't you? But they say monsters live there. What if they eat me? Order, brother. Oh, come on. Jeez. That poor thing. Allegretto, how about we go get that water? What? Think of it as your good deed for the day. Since when are you so nice, Viola? She's always been nice. What? I've always been... Yeah, see? I've always been nice. Come on, stop grumbling, let's go. That's not my Coffin voice at all, but whatever. She's like, I don't think that there's ever been a single time where I've seen her where she's ever been... I'd ever considered her to be mean. Hey, there's a note stuck in here. Search around the stone pillar. Okay, I guess it's a hint for the side mission. Yeah, like, she's poked at, Frederic, or not Frederic, at, Redo a couple times, but that's about it. Why aren't we attacking Forte? Oh my god, it's not gonna make sense for me to give them all the same voice, but whatever. Why aren't we attacking Forte? Jazz is overly cautious. Yeah, we're just going to have to take matters into our own hands. Right, it's time to put our plan into action. Shh, keep your voices down. But can we really pull it off on our own? Yeah, it'd be nice if we had someone to back us up if things go south. What's with all these side missions? How about asking Etude? He can hold his own in a fight. Etude practically worships Jazz. You really think he's gonna go along with this? I'm sure of it. Knowing him standing around doing nothing like this is probably driving him nuts. That's the kind of man he is. Sounds good. All that's left is to pick up time to enact the plan, according to intelligence reports. Falsetto is, What are you doing? What are you three doing? Falsetto! Nothing, ma'am. Well, we're done cleaning the room. Guess we'll head back now. Yeah. Please excuse us. I should have given them the Three Stooges voices now that I think about it. I haven't done that on camera, but whatever. Anyway. Whatever the case may be. Look at the round table! What does this say? Meeting log number 352 regarding the vulnerable areas within Forte territory. I don't understand any of this. Well, how's it going? Base, huh? Where's Mega Man when you need him, huh? Anyway. I don't have very many voices. We'll give him the acro voice. You want to know more about Jazz and his friends? Well, Jazz and Falsetto have known each other since childhood. They're like brother and sister. When Jazz was working as a miner, Falsetto would go with him to the mountains. Me? Well, Jazz and I go way back. Okay, well, that's all I have to say about that, I suppose. A man of few words, I suppose. I haven't really done very much in this recording session, actually. It's been 12 minutes in, and we haven't really done anything. But okay, what do you have to say? A soldier's body is his weapon. How about it? Are you up for some Andantino special training? Sure. The training menu is written on the board in front of you. 500 push-ups, 500 sit-ups, 500 backlifts, 500 buddy hops, 500 sword swings, 500 weightlifts, 500 headbutts, 500... Headbutts? That's stupid! 500 nose hooks, 500 toilet cleanings. It makes no sense to do 500 headbutts. That's not doing anything for you whatsoever. Take a look around. You're sure to find something you need. Okay. See if there's anything good. Monkey bow. Go ahead and buy one of those for... Actually, we'll go buy items. Monkey bow. Power stroke for Madame Falsetto. Okay. Tiger armor. Sure, I'll buy one of those. Okay. Silk dress. Buy one of those. Okay. Let's go ahead and equip our items. We don't even need... Why do I keep going to, like, party... Or what is it? Status. I can just go down. Okay, wind blow. Go for the monkey bow. Silk dress. Sure. Not really interested in trading out any of that. Crescent blade. Tiger armor. Okay, so that... Holy crap, that is not good at all. Tiger armor. Laceville. Okay. Well, we can get this to him. Because, well, oops. And then Falsetto. Brass Knuckle, Power Stroke, Luckless. Neither of those are good. We don't have anything good there. Alright. Let's go ahead and sell items. We'll go to here. Alright, I'll sell this, please. And sell this, please. 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 And armor. The breast guard kind of sucks. Mammoth armor kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. Okay, there we go. Now that that's good, I'm pretty sure that we talked to everybody here, didn't we? I haven't seen you before. Are you new? Guess that means I'm not the new guy anymore. The training is rough only in the beginning, and you'll get used to waking up early, don't worry. Feel free to ask me anything. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. He sounds like a cool guy. This whole place is really just a passage to Lento Cemetery. When we first came here, flowers bloomed everywhere. Simile flowers. They glow in the dark and are really beautiful. But as the town grew, they gradually decreased in numbers. You don't see them anymore. We know why the flowers are gone. Apparently the water that flows through here is no longer good for them. But when the flowers still bloomed, I tried watering them some once. They wilted in no time. I was shocked. They say it's because the water from the Simile Spring no longer reaches here. Well, isn't that something? What did they say? People say monsters inhabit Lento Cemetery. It's an ancient legend in this land. Most people believe in fear and those kinds of things. That's why we built our hideout here. What is this, though? Lento Cemetery. Okay, so that's what we can do for the side mission. Let's go down here. Alrighty then. So, I don't want this to be too big of an area. I hope it's not too big of an area. Oh, is this like a full-blown dungeon? I think it is. I think we're kind of supposed to go here, actually. But before we do that, let's go to the other house back in whatchamacallit. And Lento Cemetery. Like, this is too big of an area just to be like a side mission, huh? This is spooky, ladies and gentlemen, but hold on. We're not gonna go there just yet. I'm too afraid. Falsetto or Redo is so afraid that he's gonna run back. Cause he's like, no, I can't do this. These guys are too scary. No siree, man. No siree. No siree. Let's go ahead and go inside of here, because we never went inside of here. Don't tell anyone you heard it from me, but jazz and clavis are an item. I sure hope having our pop brass in love with each other doesn't affect their objectivity. I'm sure Falsetto is not too happy about it. Why is that, you ask? It's because she's... Well, anyway, there's a few reasons. Oh, come on! I'm sure Falsetto... Okay. I mean, why? It's... Oh, there's a little girl. Hey. How's it going, girl? Hey. Sullen Melody. What do you want? Score a piece, huh? Why should I do that? Oh, fine. Alright, performance session. We'll mark this and do this. That sounds interesting. That's probably not going to give us a very high rating, though. It's probably going to be an F. Yep. I thought that sounded interesting, though. That was terrible. You owe me an apology. You again? You need to learn when to give up. Jeez, everyone's just so mean. Alright, perform. Please. Yes, please. That was definitely an F. Boo! Okay, no, I don't want... No, do not perform a session. Alright, bye, girl. Sullen Melody. Ugh. Can we buy score pieces or something? Like, seriously, I want to leave. I want to exit out of here and then save. That's what I want to do. And then we'll go inside of this cemetery, because that's all I think we can do. Go into Lento Cemetery. Okay, we have a slot 2. And then I guess we can continue our real adventure now that we're done talking with everybody. Took about 20 minutes to do. It's all right. I actually like doing stuff like that. It was a nice break of pace. Getting kind of repetitive talking about the combat and everything for too long. Because I like to say, like, my nice rambly subjects for the end of the recording session anyway, because, like, I ramble a lot and sometimes that can get a little bit boring to watch, I think. Anyway, whatever the case would be, let's go ahead and get out of here and go to Lento Cemetery. Okay. Are you scared, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you're scared. You should be afraid. Be very... Check the large pillar? What's here? Purple fog is stopping us from going through. What can we do? What can we do to get rid of it? We can light these candles. These candles aren't lit. I wonder if the wind blew them out. Well, are we gonna get like a Sorcerer's Ring or something? Like this is a Tales game? Sorcerer's Ring has been in pretty much... We don't need to save, we just saved. It's been in pretty much every Tales game since like 1974. Red fog is stopping us from going through. What can we do to get rid of it? Oh, this is an interesting little area. What's down here? Nothing. Whoa! Oh, that's a little kid. For a second I thought that was Beat. I was like, what the heck? Beat, what are you doing here? Okay. That's just a little kid, obviously. We're not going to talk to you. Ah! Okay, fine. Whatever. So, this is where you went. So this is where you went. Your dad's worried about you. It isn't safe here. You should go straight home. But I can't! Somebody's got to get that water for my little sis? You're a good brother for thinking of your sister, but you shouldn't make your father worry about you. Just hurry home and don't worry, we'll get the water for your sister. But it's not easy to get to the Simile Spring. See? With that fog there, the way to the spring is blocked. Okay. What? By that fog? My father always calls it the Goblin's Grudge or something, whatever that means. Whoa, it's true. I can't go a single step further. What do we have to do? See that candlestick over there? When the candle on it is lit, the fog disappears. It comes right back as soon as the candle goes out, though. Hey, wait! If the candle is lit, why isn't the fog disappearing? You need to light both candles. Look, you see the other candlestick there? When there are two candlesticks, you have to light both candles on them, or the fog won't disappear. Okay, got it. So we just need to light a flame on this candle. Oh, and it can't just be any flame. If you look carefully, you'll see each of the candlesticks has its own color. I figured that out already. The candle won't light if the flame's not the same color as the candlestick. Bill, so that means we gotta find a green flame to get rid of this fog. Well, since we'll need more than one flame, let's start by taking this red one. Okay. We got one. Oh, I see. I see, so that's how you take the flame. There should be other flames somewhere in the cemetery. Okay, got it. We have to find the other flame to get rid of the fog and pass through. You really think you can do it? Oh, absolutely. It'll be no problem at all. If there's a cute girl involved, this guy will find a way to make it happen. Right, Allegretto? I don't want my sister to be sad. She's kind of cute, so please do whatever you can. Alright. I'll promise we'll help her. Just go home and wait for us there. In any case, now that that's been taken care of, let's go ahead and what we can do is there was one area down here where there's just one red candlestick, right? I believe it was here. Right, so let's go ahead and light this, I suppose. This candlestick isn't lit. Red flame could light it. What should we do? Light the candle. There we go. Now we can go inside of here. See what's inside of here. This is a spooky... Oh, what the heck? Dude, this is a full-on dungeon, man. This kind of reminds me of like the Dark Temple in Tales of Symphonia, where you have to fight those really weird freaking enemies.
All right, let's go.
These enemies are invisible in the dark. Can we hit? No, they're not. Oh, but they have like constant light on. I see. All right, whatever. So we're stuck doing daytime attacks with these guys, which is all right. Suppose. Oh, I didn't even notice this guy. Let's just be stupid, I suppose. Okay, so, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about our random subject of the day. So what is our random subject of the day, you might ask? Well, it's quite simple, actually. It's Falsetto getting the crap kicked out of her by, like, I don't even frickin' know, like a wooden stake or a... Okay, so, anyway. So I was looking at this article relatively recently, right? It was incredibly recently. It was about a month, not a month ago, it was about a week or two ago, maybe. If even that. So, like, for those of you who don't know, it's no secret, I've mentioned this before, but I've been interested in doing voice acting work. In both Japanese and English, I've mentioned that before. And so I saw this article, it was, by Anime News Network. It was, voice actors from the US comparing voice acting work in Japan. I thought that was relatively interesting. I'll be sure to link it in the description if you guys are interested in watching that. Reading it, I hate the way that I hate what the sounds that those druids make when they laugh. It's so gross sounding, man. Like, that is not what they sound like at all, but still, that was a complete mess. I thought that the arrow arch would have made a difference, but I guess not. Alright, Falsetto is next. What was I gonna say? But, let's beat this guy up, I suppose. And block. And block. But yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting. I'll be sure to link it in the description so you guys can read it if you want. And whoa! So what was it? No, but there's something that I wanted to talk about aside from that, huh?
To you, huh?
I was like, yeah, like I wanted to talk about that, but there's something else. It was like that was supposed to lead into something. What was that supposed to lead into?
Who are you? You better back off.
You better back off. I can't quite think of it right now. Now I feel silly because normally my random thoughts just go on for like, oh, that was what it was. Yeah, so these are somewhat unrelated, but for those of you who don't know, if you watch my Vesperia series, you know that one thing that I did every time that a new season of anime is about to start, like a calendar season, in which case it's going to be spring 2015, I usually talk about that, because why not, right? That's usually what I do. That was kind of how I kept track of like how long the series of Tales of Vesperia is going on for, like, cause like I remember while I was in I believe in Care Bakram, was that the name? Was that what it was called, Care Bakram, where I talked about the spring season or summer of anime, and then I talked about fall in Egother Forest, and then winter 2015 in whatchamacallit,
Good, huh?
in Tarkaron, the final dungeon. But it was quite interesting actually. But yeah, but now we have like, now it's spring season, so I guess we'll talk about that for a little bit anyway, because why not?
See how good you really are.
Let's see how good you really are. So I haven't really paid attention to too many series that are coming out this season, aside from like I think Shidori no Kishi is coming out this season, and yeah, the second season I should say. The first season is spring 2014. Then there's Owari no Seraph. What else was there? There's another show, I can't remember what it's called, like the title is like incredibly long. There's another one of those Ino Bateru wa Nishijoken no Nakade type ones. That's like, Ino Bateru wa Nishijoken no Nakade. It's one of those type ones where, it's like one of those with like relatively long names. Cause you know, sometimes that happens, where like, why do I do that? Anime have like very long names. One of those things, I suppose. What is actually interesting, that's something that I wanted to talk about for quite some time. It's like, why is it like it's socially acceptable to call anime manga? Like, if you call anime, like, that's just weird. Like, why is it like that, huh? Because I remember, back when I first heard of, like, anime and manga, or, like, as, like, their actual,
I'm not gonna lose.
as what they were actually called, aside from, like, just Japanese cartoons and comics. Like, I remember I used to call manga, and this one kid's like, no, it's not manga, it's manga, right? And so then, in Japanese, the pronunciation of anime is anime, right? So I started trying to say that, right? But he's like, no. Then that same person who corrected me for saying manga instead of manga said, he's like, anime. He tried to correct me. He's like, say anime, not anime. And I was like, why is that a thing? It's like, I think it should be either one way or the other. Either we should say manga and anime, or manga and anime, not manga and anime. Because I mean, most of us do it, but we don't really question why we do stuff like that. Like, why? Like, why do we do stuff like that, huh? I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. I'm, like, honestly, like, you know, like when I review stuff, I'm not very articulate. I don't think with vocally anyway. I think I can write and type relatively well, but I'm not very articulate when I'm writing. When I'm speaking, right? And sometimes I'll like because like usually I review my videos all the way through while I'm editing them, right? And sometimes I'll watch a video and I'll be like, wow, I can't believe that I was talking so like mumbly, like I don't understand how anybody will be. I was talking to myself, so I was talking out loud so mumbly. Like I was really rambling a lot and not really explaining myself very well. I have no idea how anyone is going to understand what I'm saying here. Even though when I was speaking, I didn't realize that I was talking so, I guess, not improperly, but so poorly. But that whole side rant thing that I had about manga and anime and whatnot, you know, that right there, that was one of those cases where it was, you know, I was just like, wow, yeah, I'm sure that it didn't really make sense to me while I was saying it out loud, so I'm pretty sure that once I'm reviewing this, it's going to make even less sense. I'm just going to be like, wow, how do you guys even understand what I'm saying, like, half the time? Because, like, I just don't make sense. I really do not make sense. I'm terrible at explaining, like, everything known to man. I have no idea how you guys are able to understand anything that I say without being like I just don't make sense. I don't speak English, okay? It's It's one of those things. Well, actually, obviously I do speak English, but it's one of those things. It's like, that's kind of one of those things, like, with Japanese, for example. Well, for those of you who don't know, I study Chinese and Japanese in university. Well, actually, I'm not in university right now. I'm at college, because, you know, in most countries, English-speaking countries outside of the U.S., they tend to refer to, like, everything as, like, everything is university, higher education, all of that's university. Most people in the U.S. tend to refer to everything as college. They said check the big pillar, didn't they? I guess not. I guess not that big pillar, but most people would refer to things as college. For me, typically, I refer to university as, like, a 4-year institution where, like, you know, they have, like, dorms and everything. And, like, college for me is just, like, the general term. It's not, like, what you would use for everything. Like, university is a specific thing for me. But anyway, no, well, I'm not at university right now. I was at a university for my first year, but now on my second year of college, I'm just at, like, a local community college type thing. In any case, that's one thing. That's why, like, I want to be a lot more articulate with my Japanese and Chinese, where it's like, because, like, I don't know, it's like, I really wish that I was better at speaking English. Like, I mean, it's like my first language, right? But I'm just terrible at speaking it. I don't understand. It's like, how is that possible? How can someone be bad at speaking their first? Well, actually, there are plenty of people that are terrible at speaking their first language. It's like, I don't know. It's like, there shouldn't be such a dramatic difference between how I talk and how I write. I don't think so, anyway. Well, I mean, generally speaking, most of that, you know, babbly, rambly stuff is eliminated when I'm reading out loud, but just free speaking is meh. In any case, yeah. So let's go back to anime. Spring 2015. So Owari no Seraph. There's Shizumi no Kishi. What else is there? I think that was it for all that. That's all that I know. Oh, aside from that one, I don't remember what it's called, but it's I don't remember what it's called, but I know that Iguchi Yuka, she does the, I think she does the OP for it. It's her newest single called Hello World. Anyway, don't do that. But yeah, what was I talking about again? Yeah, but that's that. I don't know. One of those things. It's like, I don't really have very much to say about that per se. Well, actually, I guess I could say about all the spring 2015 anime that finished. My opinions on those, such as, let's see, so there was Death Parade. Death Parade ended. That was a spring 2015 anime. I thought that was pretty good. That was a really great anime, actually. Or anime, whatever you prefer. You know, if I'm going to talk about how we should say both, I should probably stick with my word here and not be a frickin' hypocrite. Anime! What was I saying? But, let's see, there was the Rolling Girls, which was alright. I don't think it was that great of a series. Viola is paralyzed. She was paralyzed for a second, I think. Oh, Heal Arrow, there we go. Bullseye, thank you. In any case, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Yeah, but yeah, really, it was alright. So I thought it was alright. Let's see, what else is there? One Core 2015. There was, yes, there's Death Parade. Oh, there's Durarara times 2 Shoal, which is pretty good. I like it. It was pretty decent. It was about as I'd still think the first season was a little bit better, but you know, Durarara times 2 Shoal. It's a double split core anime. So we have the first season, which is premiering in spring, which was winter 2015. Then the next season is the next core of the second season is gonna be summer 2015, and then after that you're gonna have the third core, which is winter 2016. That's a pretty long. I don't know why they're stretching it out so long, but oh well, who cares? In any case, well, that's because partially, I don't know, because like when you think about it, like all of the voice actors in that anime, all the seiyus, if you will, they're all like pretty big name people. Like pretty much every single one of them. Like there are no Joe Schmoes that play in Durarara. Like you have Miyano Mamoru, Hanazawa Kana, Fukuyama Jun. Who does Izaya is I believe Izaya is voiced by, was he voiced by Kamiya Hiroshi? Kamiya Hiroshi?
Alright, let's go!
Maybe, I think so. Maybe, I'm not quite sure. But then you have like frickin' Ono Daisuke doing Shizuo and everything. You know, it's like they have a bunch of big name people, and obviously they're pretty busy as it is. So maybe out of interest for maybe out of interest of scheduling conflicts, they decided that, hey, you know, we should probably split this up. Or maybe it's because they wanted to squeeze out as much profit as they can by, by creating artificial demand and artificial excitement for each episode, for each new core. I mean, it's not the, I mean, there have been 3 core anime before. The first season, there have been 3 core anime before, like the first season of Yowamushi Pedal, for example. That was a 3 core, right? It was like 30.
That was perfect.
Let's see, 24. Yeah, I believe it was 38 episodes. 3 core would be 36, since I guess I should probably explain what that is. A core in an anime or an anime is when I don't have a blue thing, so I can't use that. A core is 12 episodes. It's 1 calendar season, right? So, and since 1 calendar season is in general is 3 months, and 1 episode per week, 12 weeks is equal to 3 months. So that's what a core is.
You better back off.
Yeah, and most anime in general are in the 1 to 2 core range. Most being 1 core. There are a few 2 core, but most are 1 core, which can be a bit of a turnoff for some people, because like I know some people, they want like really long series, like they want like their Naruto Shippudens or their Bleach, like 300 something episodes stuff. Detective Conan, which has like 600 episodes, or One Piece, which also has like 600 episodes. Well, actually it has more than that. I believe those are in their 700s actually. But anyway, whatever the case may be, don't do that please, that kind of hurts. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, but that's that. That's all my old rambly stuff about anime for 2015. Or, yeah, spring 2015. I don't really have very much to say aside from that. So,
I really wanted a challenge.
4883. I guess I should probably elaborate a bit more on that, that. There was nothing really here that I could use, I guess. I guess there's probably okay, there's another enemy.
How about we go around?
Now how about we go around indeed? Well, the differences between voice acting in the US and voice acting in Japan. I thought that was a pretty interesting article, saying all the differences between the two. I remember there's like one thing that was really interesting, generally speaking, is like in the US, generally speaking, when people do like voice acting in anime, one thing that they do is they do a lot of cold reads. By that, I mean it's like it's like the lines that they read. That's usually their first time seeing them. It's very rare that they're given their scripts in advance. So like sometimes like that's why like if you ever watch like an English dub for like an anime or a video game or whatever, and you might think to yourself, you know what, that line was delivered kind of poorly, right? Like that line was delivered kind of poorly. Like, was that their first time reading the line? Chances are that might have actually been legitimately the first time reading the line in actuality. I mean, really though, because yeah, they do a lot of cold reads. Like in Japan, you're given a couple days in advance. You're given your script a couple days in advance, and it's not just for anime either. It's for like anything really. Like I know some people who do other things, because like voice acting just transcends to beyond just doing video games and anime. You can do stuff like what is it like you can do like narrations for documentaries and whatnot, like commercials, random things that you see, and like sometimes like you might watch something, you might hear like a random voiceover, dubbing purposes, not specifically just for like anime and whatnot, like yes please, we'll take that. So yeah, it transcends to beyond just that. So I am of the firm belief in reality that what was I gonna say? Maybe we can get the... Oh no, that's a blue one. What to do? But, yeah. Well, I thought that was quite interesting. And also, another fundamental difference between the two is that in Japan... in Japan, like, most people tend to record their lines like, everyone records their lines together. And it can be pretty chaotic. I was watching, a behind the scenes of an episode of One Piece. It was the arc where Luffy was in prison. Like, it premiered about 4 years ago. I want to say it was like 2011 or so. He was in prison trying to rescue his brother Ace from being, you know, executed, right? And they had this scene where there's like this giant riot, right? And like everyone was like, and like there were like all these different people, right? And you saw the recording room, it was absolutely packed. And if you've ever seen the recording room for an anime, they very rarely have more than four. They very rarely have more than four microphones. So you see like people like they say like one line and then they back up and then another person goes in and goes with the microphone and records their line. It was pretty intense. Like just seeing the differences between just seeing that. And on one hand, that actually makes things good because it improves your voice acting because you're sort of able to act off of each other's emotions. Unlike the U.S. where generally speaking we tend to record things you know, separately in our own rooms. That's not to say that you don't know what each other's lines are like, because like if you ever watch like dubbing purposes or whatnot, generally speaking, like if you ever watch like dubbing for anime and whatnot or anime, generally speaking, you'll know that when you're dubbing, the actual episode is playing out right in front of you. You might have like a sound, like a little beeping sound to let you know when to start your line and everything. So it's not like you don't know what each other's lines are, but it's just not the same, I don't think. But there are some voice acting in the U.S. There are some things in the U.S. where people actually do record in the same room together. Like I was watching behind the scenes of an episode of SpongeBob. Actually, it was the episode, I believe it was the Hash Slinging Slasher, for example, I believe, where everyone was. It was the scene where Squidward was telling SpongeBob, you know, the scene of the Hashing and Slash is like, you turn the lights on and off and on and off, and then he gets you, you know. Tom Kenny and I don't remember who does the voice of Squidward. Was that Roger Bumpus, or does Roger Bumpus do the voice of Patrick? I have to look that up. But yeah, they're recording together. So it does happen, but in general, people in the U.S. tend to, when we do voice acting, we tend to record our lines separately, which can be a good thing and a bad thing. I think recording your lines separately might be good for someone who tends to be a bit more shy. Like if they're recording with other people, they might feel like a little embarrassed. Like if you're like a newer person, like just like imagine like if you were like. I can imagine if I had to like do like a role, like, and I was recording like the same room with like Troy Baker or Tara Strong or whatever, I'd be like, I'd probably freak out. I'd be like, okay, you know, it's one of those things, right? It's one of those things where it's just like, but at the same time, I feel like it's one of those things where it's like that'll only really affect you when you're. Oh, I thought that who's left? Oh, I didn't even know this guy. That's probably one of those cases where, like, it'll probably only really affect you when you're, like, new. Like, the more experience you get, like, the less embarrassed I feel like you'd get for doing roles. I don't know. Maybe, I think that's just my opinion. Anyway, but... yeah, I thought that was interesting, especially because, like I said, I've been interested in doing both Japanese and English. Specifically, English more so for video games, and Japanese more so for anime, because I think that kind of reflects how I am... because, generally speaking, like, I tend to prefer to... play video games in English, generally speaking, with a few exceptions here and there. I generally prefer to play my video games in English and watch anime with Japanese and with Japanese dubs, and I think that kind of reflects how I am and me wanting to do both and both respectively. That kind of reflects how I consume things. I mean, like look at this. This game had the option of choosing between Japanese and English voice acting, right? And I chose the English for one reason or another. Simply because I feel like, you know, we give like English dubs like too much crap. I mean, it's not like, I think we tend to undermine a lot of like there are a lot of talented English speaking voice actors out there, right? And we tend to just crap on them all the time. I don't think that's really fair. I think there are a lot of really talented English voice actors out there, and I like to play these games in English simply because like it's like, you know, You know, it's like to give them some of the credit that they deserve. That's why like I keep mentioning everybody. You know, all the different voice actors in this game. You know, even like there's Aaron Fitzgerald, DC Douglas, Megan Hollingshead, Sam Riegel. I think I said Aaron Fitzgerald, Mona Marshall. Among other things, who else is? Oh yeah, Liam O'Brien actually does have a role in this. Cam Clark has a role in this. There's one other person that I'm forgetting, but who? Jameson Price? Yeah, Jameson Price. He did like the narrations at the beginning for this. Yeah, so that it's like I think we just there's a lot of good talent out there for English voice acting, and and it's only been relatively recently, I think, that English voice acting has been taken more seriously as a medium. Like even now,
Don't get mad at me.
a lot of people consider that to be a bit more of like a side job, whereas like live action acting, that's true acting. Like it's not to say that it's easy to become a voice actor to become a successful seiyuu in Japan, but I'd say that compared to the US, it's a lot easier to make being a voice actor or seiyuu your main source of income as opposed to the US, where it's a lot harder. Because voice acting in the US it's still relatively in its infancy. I mean, we've done voice acting for quite some time, obviously, but like, we didn't really start developing a serious demand for voice acting until video games started requiring it, right? And if you watch like any like dubs or English voice acting for like a lot of older games, like let's say pre-2001 or maybe pre-2003, a lot of those dubs suck. Those English dubs are terrible. Like, if you ever played what's it, Action Zone 2? Not Action Zone 52. Final Zone 2? Like that terrible. Resident Evil 1, terrible. Tales of Eternia, terrible. Like the English dub for that was terrible. Well, that's because back then usually they didn't hire a lot of voice actors. Usually what they did to cut corners is what they would do is they would get family members of the localization team to do dubs, people with no training whatsoever. It'd be kind of like me. Like, if I had to do like a serious role, like, could you imagine me doing like a serious role for like a TV show or something? Like, I mean, you've seen my work in like Ace Attorney and whatnot. Like, I want to be a voice actor, but I don't consider myself to be any good. Granted, a lot of stuff that I've done in Ace Attorney and whatnot are cold reads, as it is, and so obviously it's my first time reading them, so I don't get time to prep and whatnot. But and also. I will admit how excited I am to play the game will affect how I am with the voice acting. If I'm like really excited, I'll tend to put a bit more effort into it. If I'm kind of like or just like in a meh mood, I'm kind of just gonna be like kind of like not so into it. It is what it is. But it's like one of those things. It's one of those things. I remember there's another YouTuber I watched by the name of Chris Duckman. He did a special. He's like a movie review. He did a special on Toonami. I believe Toonami. No, it hasn't reached 20 years yet. That won't be till 2017, right? Because I believe it premiered in 1997. But he did a special on Toonami, and you got Steve Bloom and Chris Sabat to guest star in that. Like, he got Chris Sabat was talking about or is it Sabat? I'm not quite sure. He was talking about like because Chris Sabat, he's known for doing Vegeta and Piccolo and Dragon Ball Z. He was talking about his experiences, when he first started dubbing Funimation, when he first started dubbing the Dragon Ball Z. And like he said at the time, Funimation was very, very small, and they were like, he said there were about 4.
That was perfect.
He said that he could recall about 4 voice actors that they could actually trust, including him, that they could actually trust to do the dubbing. And it was kind of interesting because like. Because at the time before that, like, we didn't really have very many English dubs for anime. Like, most of what we had was, like, Speed Racer, and Speed Racer is known for just how bad it is, and we love it simply because of how bad the dub is. Because it's, like, it's not bad in the sense that, it's not bad in the sense that, it's like, oh, like, everyone's, like, so emotional. It's just that everyone's so over the top. And they try to talk so fast They're like, oh, it's so ridiculous. And when you think about it, Japanese might sound fast to the untrained ear, but when people speak Japanese, they're not speaking any faster than when we speak English. Like, this might sound hard to believe, especially if English is your first language. With the speed that I'm speaking English right now, heck, even this, speaking at a nice, calm manner like this is considered to be too fast for some people. Like, some people consider this to be too fast. It's one of those things. But anyway, but it's kind of like, within the past 11, 12 years, English voice acting has gone a lot, and you know, there are a lot of people who are really trying to take it seriously, you know? That's why I Am On Board 2015 was trending on Twitter not too long ago, you know? Just because we just don't give a lot of voice actors the credit that I think that they deserve, and it's one of those things. And yeah, I was not planning on making this. This was supposed to be a rambly episode, but I was not planning on rambling about voice acting in anime for this long, actually. Specifically English voice acting and whatnot, but that's one of those things, I suppose. But yeah, like I said, that was one of the reasons why I was studying Japanese, because I wanted to do voice acting work in Japan. I don't expect to be like super famous or anything of that sort, because like I said, for one thing, you have to be, it's pretty hard as it is to be, as a foreigner, to get roles in Japan, at least for anime anyway. There are places that you can, there are plenty of places that actually want foreigners to do dubbing and whatnot. Like, you know, let's say if you ever rode like the train or whatnot in, you know, in Japan, like one of the trains, like if you live in like the Tokyo area or whatnot, you kind of have to for most places.
I'm not going to let you get in our way.
You know, like sometimes, like a lot of places, sometimes like you'll hear like an English dub. Like they'll say like, oh, we're going to this place. We'll say it in Japanese and then in English. The English is usually done by an actual native English because they want people for that. But generally speaking, they prefer female voices for stuff like that, simply because I guess it's one of those things. So that wouldn't really help me out very much. But you know, it's one of those things I want to do. I mean, I love anime. I love Japanese culture, not just for anime. Despite how weeaboo-ish I might come across, I do like Japan a lot more for things other than just anime. But yeah, that's just one thing that I want to do. Just being able to. Oh, can we get? This is the blue flame. Blue flame is burning here. It looks like we can take it with us. What should we do? Yeah, we'll take it. Alrighty then. We got the blue flame. Now we can leave this area, and then I think we'll wrap things up. One of those things, just creating memories for people, kind of like what, you know, some of my favorite voice actors and actresses have done. I haven't really gone into detail about, you know, Japanese seiyuu and whatnot, simply because I just haven't. I don't know why I don't talk about Japanese seiyuu very much, when in reality, I would say that I tend to, I would say that I know a lot more Japanese seiyuu than English seiyuu, or English voice actors and whatnot, but that's one of those things, I suppose. That's kind of like, why I started YouTube. Well, one of the reasons anyway, is to help create memories through these video game crap, like some of my favorite Let's Players did for me. Even though in reality, I just don't think that any of my videos even come anywhere close to them. Mostly because I'm not very articulate with the way that I speak. I tend to ramble a lot. I'm not very to the point. But anyway, I tend to ramble a lot too. But whatever the case may be, I guess that'll be that for this one. That's this special episode of rambling about stupid stuff. I am your host, MegaShadowFist. Like a video games, it's like a commentary. What? That's not my outro! If you like this video, this series of videos, please feel free to leave a like. If that is cool, please feel free to subscribe and join the Elven Brotherhood today. Also follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/MegaShadowFist. I'll be sure to leave that in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is MegaShadowFist signing out. Bye!